Hello, everyone. It's Kirsten. Um, it's good to be here. It's a beautiful day. I have a beautiful, humongous body of water behind me, and the sun is shining. I hope you're all having a great day today. Um, I have never done a live before. I don't even know what I'm doing with this tripod that I just bought, so this is super exciting stuff. Thanks for being here with me on my journey on getting started on doing Facebook Lives. Um, this is something I've been wanting to do for definitely a couple months now. I just have been having excuses, always excuses. I don't know if I was, seeking some sort of perfect circumstances for everything to just be beautiful, for me to have the confidence to do this. Hey, Gina. Um, so I don't really know where this live is going to go, but I know what I want to start with, and I'm just going to let it flow from there. Um, so my intention behind these videos that I'm going to start doing, but I'm watching. Okay, thanks, Gina. I I know my intention behind these videos is going to be to speak my truth. I have learned so much in the past couple years about myself, and I'm just so happy about where my life is right now. And so I want to share my story to hopefully help other people live their best lives as well. So again, I have no idea what I'm doing with this live, so bear with me. I'm going to start with what I know I want to start with, which is personal to me. Thank you, Patty. Which is personal to me, which is my story of when I woke up and to who I am and began to explore who I am. For me, it does involve recovery. It does involve me getting sober from alcohol. Specifically, I was at 25 shots of vodka a day, minimum, just drinking by myself. And I was also abusing Adderall for 10 years. And thank you, Brandon. And so yeah, I was abusing Adderall for 10 years, drinking way too much liquor, and I got sober 2.5 years ago. So that I'm not saying anything against anybody who drinks. I personally had far breached the healthy threshold, and my life was in the pits. So I hit my bottom, and I had a light bulb moment where it was like, why is my life not better? Why am I not able to achieve more fulfilling things in my life? And I was unemployed, potentially about to lose my home at the time, had lost my job due to my crappy decisions. And I was like applying for new jobs. And I had this like light bulb moment, like, why am I not, like, my resume looks good. Like, why am I not an attractive candidate? And I had a massive bottle of vodka on the right side of my laptop and a monster on the left side of my laptop. And I just had like a moment where I was like, huh. And I was like, and I was like, no, I'm having this like conversation with an imaginary being above me, by the way, at the time. And I was like, I'm aware, but I'm not ready for that. Can't we just like give me a job first and we can revisit that later? Like just let's get me employed first so I don't lose my apartment. And whatever that mysterious thing being was like, no, now's the time. This is the time you're actually supposed to address this. So I made the decision. I called my parents and was like, hey, I'm an alcoholic. I want to go to rehab. Will you please watch my dogs? And that began that whole journey. Um, and by the way, this is going to be like a unique one of my videos because I feel for me it's personal. It's important for me to start I'm going to do YouTube, I'm going to do Instagram, I'm going to do all those video platforms. But for my first one, I may as well give you the nitty gritty of my wake up. So you have to listen to the story. The rest will be like shorter and more like about spiritual wisdom drops that I've acquired or light bulb moments I've had. Um, but this is the nitty gritty stuff. So then I went to rehab and it was super great. Oh, something important. Before I went to rehab, I had this like feeling in me, and I was just, it was like a couple days before I was gonna like actually go in, and I was like telling my parents, I was like, I feel like I'm having one of those moments where, um, like, you know, you have butterflies when you're attracted to someone, and you just got like that feeling inside you. I was like, I feel like I'm having butterflies for myself. And so it was like there was a me in there that was like, hey, Kirsten. Hey, yeah, yep, me with all the interests. I still have interests. I have capabilities. Um, there's so many cool things we can go do. And like, I'm still here. I've been here the whole time. If you want to like hang out, we could get to know each other. And so that's important. And then I also want to say one more thing just regarding my personal challenges. Um, I also developed, probably because of the Adderall and whatever other anxieties I was causing myself, I had like a skin picking issue situation. There's words for that if you Google it, disorders. Um, that was its own monster. That took me another, that took me another like 9 months to overcome, which is interesting. And yeah, so I haven't picked up either of those things since. And I got into journaling. That was just kind of like my own choice outside of rehab. Um, and again, this is not like a recovery channel. This is, yes, that's important to me. Um, this is just my intention again is to help you find your best self, help you get to know you, and take your life to amazing levels. Um, because I've done that and it brings me so much joy. And so I just want to share what I've learned. And I feel that, you know, like my problem that was just keeping me so blocked was the addictions I'd been doing. But we all have things that we fill our life with and distract ourselves from what might be our true self and what could be bring us like amazing joy. I use joy a lot lately. I used to think joy was cheesy, but that's seriously what I feel all the time. It's ridiculous. Okay, where am I going with this? So, journaling. Journaling. That's a great first practice. That was a first practice for me. In getting to know myself, I would just be, thank you, Mike. That was a thing for me where I would just be like, okay. So I just, at the end of the day, just take like 5 or 10 minutes, or anytime you feel like it, and you just sit down, paper in front of you, pen, and you're like, okay, thoughts, let it flow. What's happened to me today? How did I feel about that? Huh. And just like literally this writing is for no one, but it's like a mind or soul dump. So I find it very healthy, and you're like, wow. And it's just like taking that time to like review what went down today and how that made you feel. And that is an exercise that helps you get to know yourself. Um, and then you can, you know, take that journaling a step further at any time and start to ask yourself questions, obviously, and be like, what are some interests of mine? And heads up, it's totally okay that you may pursue things that you're interested in, and they are not, you're not on track, just you're not, you didn't find the answer just yet, but you know, hey, it's totally healthy to explore. I have an example. So I was like, so by the way, I want to be, my big thing that I'm really interested in pursuing and I'm like gung ho for is I want to pursue acting. So I'm going to move to California and I'm going to do that. Um, and it's going to be another year before I do that. But like I'm like set. that is my future. I claim that is my life, and I'm so excited about that. Um, but at first, when I was kind of like figuring that out, because I could tell that was an interest of mine, I was like, but like, how am I gonna get there? Like, maybe, maybe like I like fight like. Maybe I've always been meant to be like fit. Maybe I should go like do MMA. Maybe I could be a star at MMA. And then once I'm a star in MMA, oh yeah, I'm a great fit for that. Once I'm a star at MMA, I could be, what's it called? On that platform, then I'll be like seen by the acting community. They'll be like, "Oh, who's that person? She's a star in MMA. Let's bring her on this like random film." That was what I was thinking. So I did do MMA for a little while. Turns out I wasn't like a magical badass at MMA. Um, and I just honestly, like, I wasn't even employed yet when I first started the MMA classes. So, but that was me like getting out of my comfort zone and checking out interests of mine. I still really felt cool about myself doing that sort of activity, and I learned some moves. But yeah, I could take you down and rap you in funny ways. But so then I got a job, and it was a job that I was not. It was at a company that was just a surprise to me. It was way down pay from what I was being paid at the otherwise latest job that I had lost. And that was a journey for me. So I got out of the MMA because I was like, let me focus on this new job. And I worked really, really, really hard at this new job. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I worked at Target. There it is. And I was like, literally nobody else would hire me. And I am very grateful for my chapter with Target. I learned a lot. And I never knew how hard people at Target work. What? Um, so yeah, they work so hard. And sometimes I'd be like, people work so freaking hard here. I have never worked harder in my life. And I've worked at a ton of different companies. Or is it because I'm sober and this is what working hard feels like? I can't tell. Probably a mix of both. But yeah, I ended up working up the ladder, and after about a year or 9 months or something, I became essentially a manager. That wasn't in my title. I was a team lead, but I was like managing 35 people directly, and I that was so cool. I've never done that in my life. I learned so much. Um, now I'm So I worked there for 2 years, and now I just started a new job. I just finished my fourth day. Yay. 'Cause I was feeling called away from corporate. I was feeling called, 'cause, it's tough to be yourself in a corporate environment. I was being called to be more organic every day, have more organic vibes every day, and to be welcomed and appreciated for who I am. I literally can wear this to work and this. So cool. Um, so I got a new job at I don't know what you even call it. It's like an audio visual. We build stages for concerts, a big one for reference. We do like so many concerts. I don't know like about giving you too much information on that right now, but here's a little example. Like Lights All Night is like a big one. It's like one of the biggest EDM concert festivals in America. We build that. So we build all the stages, we bring all the audio equipment, all the lighting equipment. So I'm now a part of that team. And um, I think something cool to say about that, and maybe I'll wrap this video up because this is just so big deal that I even did this. OMG. And I just needed to like get it out of my system, and then I'm gonna come back with like other inspiring wisdom drops moving forward. But something that's super cool is another thing we're gonna talk a lot about is manifesting because I'm hella into it, and I got really into it when I was starting to look for a new job. because it's really hard to find a new job out there, by the way. Doesn't matter how like awesome, yes, Brandon. I don't know, I don't care how awesome my resume was looking, because I was pretty proud of how my resume looked, especially with the new like manager position on there. Still, I was not getting any bites. But we're going to talk a lot about Neville Goddard on this channel. Um, he his messages. I also have some amazing other YouTube resources that are so we're going to talk a lot about spiritual stuff on this channel. Manifestation, spiritual growth and expansion. Um, not religious, just yeah. So but yeah, like how imagining can create your reality. So basically living in the you want to be. So this is why I need to like come back and do more videos later, because I'm giving like too much information in this video. But basically that'll be another chunk of like videos that I do, is about like focusing on who do you want to be. Because remember, there's meeting yourself, there's acknowledging yourself. Hello. Oh my gosh, you're there. And then there's meeting yourself, being like, okay, so that's what you are, like, yes, I would like to get to know you more. And then there's spending that time to get to know you more, and then getting to know your interests, and then exploring those interests. And and then the latest piece, and that's just my evolution personally. Doesn't mean it's the right way, that's just how it happened. And then thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Gina. And then the latest thing that I'm learning so much about, I guess it's two things. One of them is about how you imagine what you want your life to be, which, by the way, in case I wasn't already experiencing joy in my life with like all the cool things I see I'm capable of, for example, like being a manager, like I was like, whoa, like how I handled like all those different types of people, and I learned so much from them too. But that was just so cool, of showing me what I'm capable of. And I'm told by the store director that of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 team lead positions in the store, I had the most demanding role, because we all had different chunks of the store that we were responsible for, in a sense. And I additionally ran the 18-wheeler truck unload situation team. That was a daily situation. So getting all the freight onto the floor, is so much more to that. But so yeah, so in case I wasn't already feeling joy about everything I'm seeing I'm capable of, and like how excited I am to go be an actor, and all the reading I'm doing on spiritual growth and acting, I have just tapped into a new level of joy, which is straight up spending time each day imagining you are already where you want to be. So I will spend, and we'll talk about this, I'll make it a separate video, but I will literally walk you through like one of my examples of how I imagine a day in the life of me when I'm in California as a successful actress. Like, I literally go through it. I talk about like, wind on my face when I'm running, and smelling the ocean. Like, you got to go into all these types of details. And then you like wake up from like spending time thinking about that, and you're like, oh my gosh, I was like just there. That was like so real. And so basically, you're telling the universe that that's me already. And the universe like you're like calling it in. They're like, oh, okay, here you go. So that is the journey I'm on, and I'm all about it. Hi, Helen. And I'm all about it. And so I'm going to give you examples about that. I'm going to give you some examples about meditation, and some really cool imagination exercises, because it's like a whole thing to tap into that imagination realm. Whether you're thinking about your future, or whether you just want to do some little exercises to ground yourself. Oh my gosh, it gets so cool. And I also enjoy oracle cards, and those will happen on this channel, and probably some tarot. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it there because I've just given a whole bunch of information. Thank you so much for everyone who's, hey Helen, for everyone who stopped in and supported me. Helen, this is my first live ever. I have no idea what I'm doing. Thanks for being here. Hope you're all having a great day. Here, let's see if I can give you like one more view of this like beautiful place. Which I will be revisiting this place because it's just freaking gorgeous. Okay, I'm gonna just turn this away from me now. Okay. All right. I'm gonna let you guys go now. Thank you so much for supporting me. Sending you all so much love, support, encouragement, and good vibes. Bye. Have a good day.